Oh man, easily impressionable teenagers being on social media is the worst thing. The worst thing, okay? Okay, so I've been wanting to talk about this for a little bit. And it's basically just my issues with social media. I have been thinking about this for a while. I've been wanting to make this video for a while. And I finally gathered my thoughts, and if you heard a child scream, I don't know what that's about. So let's talk about how too many like 13 through 14-year-olds, like really young teenagers, are starting to look more like older teenagers, like 17, 18-year-olds. It's weird, okay? I go on my reels on Instagram and I see this kid who's like 13, looks 17, and is vaping. What the hell? What the hell? And the reason why these kids are starting to act more older or wanting to, be more mature is because the media that they're consuming, whether it's movies, television, social media, makes teenagers do a lot of adult, quote unquote, things, and also a lot of illegal things, and they also glamorize it. So, you can think of a bunch of, TV shows that are about teenagers in high school doing drugs, they're in, gangs. Like, they're doing all this stuff that is absolutely unnecessary and definitely illegal, damaging, adult-like. But they're kids, like they're literally kids. And then these other kids that are much younger than them, middle schoolers, are seeing this and they're like, oh my god, I want to be like them because they look so cool. They start doing it, and it's not healthy. As we can see, these teenagers, they consume this media, and easily impressionable and young audiences consume damaging content. You can already think what I'm talking about. Like, it's not even just like Hollywood media that glamorizes this. It's also social media, all right? Oh man, easily impressionable teenagers being on social media is the worst thing, okay? And then because of this, because of what they're seeing, like right now, let's take away like Hollywood media. Let's just focus on real life people, that are posting their lives on the internet. These kids, they see this and they're seeing like, oh my god, they're having fun, they're doing this, they're doing that. Not only are they doing that, they're also seeing this kind of stuff that these kids, these real life people are putting on the internet, that they're doing what they see on movies and on TV shows. So then they're like, oh, they're teenagers, so now I have to expect to do the same thing when I'm a teenager, or I'm their age and they're doing that, why am I not doing this? So then they expect a lot of their teenage years. Do you know how annoying that phrase is? Teenage years. You're a teenager. You're literally in the tens of your years. You know how many you can live? That's literally 1/10 of your. So because of this, because they're saying, oh my god, my teenage years, I have to do so much things, I have to try this, I have to do that, I have to, be so cool, and I have to like have a bunch of friends, etc. They can't see a life outside of their teenage years. When they're like, when I graduate high school, what's next? What else am I supposed to do? When I turn 18, I'm not gonna be a teenager anymore. It's over for me. Sorry, come again. Like, these kids are afraid of turning 20. 20! Can you believe that? No, because this is totally real. I've asked a bunch of people, I'm like, hey, are you afraid of turning 20? And a lot of them said yes. And I'm like, okay, but why is that? Because my teenage years are over. What is it with people and teenage years? What is it with people and wanting to do all of these, everything? You want to do every single thing at once. You want to do every single thing when you're young because you are expected to do so because of what you see on social media. And now there's this whole new fear of like your 20s for some reason. And I think this has to deal with like people seeing like millennials, which are in their 20s, like be cringy, etc. and whatever, and they're like, oh, I don't want to do that, and they want to like stay young, but at the same time they want to look older. Here's the thing, these kids, 13, 14-year-olds, 15, they want to look older, right? They want to look 17, 18, but they don't want to have the responsibilities and whatever else comes with being older, because they like being young and they like having that sense of like freedom-ish. I say ish because it's not really, you don't have a lot of freedom when you're a minor, quote unquote. There's also, with kids wanting to look older but staying young, there's also this erasure of the preteen sort of awkward face that you had. I mean, I feel like a lot of people have had that face. Not anymore. That does not, I mean, it doesn't, on social media, it doesn't exist, right? But then again, social media is a very small percentage of people, and they're always like just doing the next big thing. Like actual kids, I doubt any actual children would be going ahead and like doing that. It's all for the media, it's all for other people to consume this and then think, oh my god, I need to do that, I need to be that, and then do the same thing. And it's just a cycle, really. And we can't really break cycles. Now, with more people being on these social media apps like TikTok and Instagram, like actual legit children, I'm not even joking here, like actual elementary schoolers. Do you know about an elementary schooler that has social media, that they're on TikTok, they're on Instagram? And not only are they on social media, not only are they seeing content, they're posting content as well. For some reason, I like see sometimes reels of kids, like actual kids, like doing TikTok dances, and they have like a whole page of just them doing TikTok dances. And it is like, it's weird, it's gross, and I mean that you can't blame the kids, you really can't, but it is actually terrifying seeing some 6-7-year-old on your feed doing a little TikTok dance that you've seen like a 20-something-year-old like do, because they are already starting to get that like view of like, oh, they look nice, they look pretty, I want to be like them, I'm gonna start doing that. And that's how you get these younger teenagers doing these things to look older and act older, but they are completely afraid of actually being older, which then causes a lot of depression. And we're not going to get into it. Psych major things, maybe not even psych major, just me thinking no one's going to listen to me, because we've all been saying this. We've all been like, oh my god, social media is so toxic, social media is doing this, social media is doing that. But like, are you going to get rid of it? No, you're not going to get rid of it. I think I've said my piece. Now you might be like, okay, well, do you have a solution for this, since you want to complain about it so much? There's no solution. There's not really a strong cure or like something you can do. There's not much, if anything, that we as individuals can do, but the only thing is to kind of adapt to this. This is how it is now. The only thing we can do is kind of restrict the use of social media for actual like children, like legit children. Like if you're in elementary school, you just shouldn't be on your phone. You just should not have a phone or have social media at all. That's my opinion. Not because, I don't know, because like I'm gonna complain about this, right? And then some 13-year-olds will be like, well, you're just like you're being jealous because you're old. That's the issue here. That is legit the problem here. You have some sort of like weird socialization of people that are older are like, trying to take you down, or they're trying to restrict you in some sort of way. But then when you actually do get older, because I literally used to think that too. When you get older, you're like, oh my god, like that's so bad, because your brain has developed. But if you are on social media with your developing brain and you're gathering all these things and you're learning about the world through social media, they won't understand, and they never do. But really, I think it's just parenting. the problems of the parents. And sometimes there's just nothing you can do. And you just have to come to terms with, this is how it's going to be now.